All right, good evening, Town Board. We're live, streaming to YouTube. We're live on 22. You may begin.
Thank you, Matthew. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the East Hampton Town Board meeting of Thursday, May 16th. Carol, if you could please read the roll call.
Present. Present.
Present.
Present.
Present. If we could all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So tonight we have 3 public hearings. The first is the Community Development Block Grant Budget Modification. Second is to amend Chapter 255 zoning and Chapter 199 rental registry. And the third public hearing is in the matter of the increase and improvement of facilities of the East Hampton Garbage and Refuse District pursuant to Section 202B of the town law. That is followed by public comment, and then the town board will offer resolutions. Carol, do you have, could you please read the first reading meeting notice?
The public hearings will be held live and in person by the town board and will be available electronically by video and teleconferencing and will be televised on local TV, channel 22, and available for live stream on the LTV website. The public shall be permitted to appear in person but may also provide comments on the matter being heard by calling 351-888-6331. Written comments and/or questions may also be submitted via email to the town clerk. The following email address: cbrennan@ehamptony.gov. Said comments and/or questions will be considered at the public hearing, provided that they are submitted no later than 12:30 p.m. on the day prior to the public hearing. Please check the meeting agenda posted on the town's website for further instructions and updated information regarding the public hearing. Please take notice that the town board of the town of East Hampton will hold a public hearing on May 16th or soon thereafter, as this matter may be heard, at the East Hampton Town Hall, 159 Panago Road, East Hampton, to hear any and all persons on the following budget modifications to the Community Development Block Grant Budget to allocate funds from completed projects to current and future projects in the Community Development Budget. From CDBG 8862586968321 2001 Whalebone Village curb cuts to CDBG 88662 586718119 in the amount of $8,909.36 for removal of architectural barriers. CDBG 8662540538021 2021 EHHA solar panels to CDBG 8862540538023 in the amount of $59.80 to 2023 EHHA generator. CDBG 867654944714 2014 East End Disabilities. TBD 2024 Maureen's Haven in the amount of $59.99, and CDBG 0000400195719 2019 EH Food Pantry. TBD 2024 Maureen's Haven in the amount of $5,000. The total budget modifications are $14,029.15.
Great, thank you, Carol. Is there anyone here that would like to address the board on this public hearing? Please. Okay. It's on this public hearing, the Community Development Block Grant Modification. Okay. Matthew, is there anyone on the line for this public hearing?
We have no callers on the line at this time.
Motion to close?
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, number 2, please.
Notice is hereby given that the town board of the town of East Hampton will hold a public hearing at Town Hall, 159 Panago Road, East Hampton, on Thursday, May 16th at 6 p.m. or soon thereafter, as this matter may be heard, to consider comments of all persons with regard to a local law entitled, "A Local Law Providing for the Amendment of Chapter 255 Zoning at various sections, 255-120, 255-245, 255-550, 255-760, 255-1110, 255-1120, 255-1123, 255-1163, 255-1167, 255-1188, and Chapter 199 Rental Registry, Section 199.11 definitions of the East Hampton Town Code, rental property, to amend these provisions of the code so that the terminology used for various forms of housing conforms to previously adopted revisions of the town code, an abstract of which follows. The proposed local law will amend the terminology used in Chapter 255 zoning and Chapter 199 rental registry for various forms of housing in order to conform with amended sections to previously adopted revisions of the town code.
Great, thank you, Carol. Is there anyone here that would like to address the board on this public hearing? Matthew, is there anyone on the line?
We have 0 callers.
Motion to close? Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great. Carol, if you could read the last public hearing notice, please.
Please take notice that the town board of the town of East Hampton will hold a public hearing on Thursday, May 16th, 6 p.m. or soon thereafter, as this matter may be heard, to consider any and all comments in relation to the proposed acquire a new grinder at the estimated cost of $1 million, acquire 2 payloaders at the estimated cost of $840,000, and replace an existing lean-to building at an estimated cost of $1,300,000, all for the use by the East Hampton Garbage and Refuse District. The estimated total cost therefore is $3,140,000.
Great, thank you, Carol. Is there anyone here that would like to address the board on this hearing? Matthew, is there anyone on the line for this hearing?
We have no callers on the line.
Motion to close?
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so now we're up to public comment. Carol, if you could pass that list over to me, please. Great. Lionel, if you'd like to address the board, please. Great.
I have a one-page handout.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then if you could just state your name for the record for the clerk. Thank you.
My name is Lionel Barash. I'm a 45-year property owner in East Hampton town. My property is located on a private road off 114 north, quarter of a mile north of Stephen Hand's Path. And I'm here to talk about chronic litter on Route 114. The litter is cleaned up twice a year by a group called the Parrot Head Club. They have orange bags. They put the stuff in. You know, they have like 40 or 50 people that walk from Stephen Hand's Path up to Wapping Hollow on both sides. They clean up the litter. They bag it. They do it twice a year. I passed out a moment ago a page from my May 1979 deed. The yellow highlighted area reflects the fact that I was required by East Hampton Town in 1979 to give East Hampton a, quote, scenic easement. It was not given to the state of New York, which maintains the highway or the road. It was given to the town of East Hampton. And I've, of course, paid real estate taxes to the town of East Hampton for 45 years, but the town has neglected to clean up the scenic easement, which I and other owners along the road have given. I think that once a month, the town should clean the scenic easement because, that was deeded to the town in the deed. Well, actually, it was deeded prior to my deed, but my deed reflected the fact that it was subject to the scenic easement. So that's my comment. Thank you.
Thank you. If you could leave your contact information with the clerk, and one of us will get back to you. Thank you. Okay. Mark?
Yes.
Welcome, Mark.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Mark Mandrakos. Just get set up here. Hello, my name is Mark Mandrakos, and I'm a 61-year-old tax-paying resident of East Hampton, residing at 11 Front Street in East Hampton. I recently moved here full-time with my wife, Dorothy, right over there. For the last 30 years, I've been employed as a yearbook salesman for a company by the name of Herf Jones/Varsity. After a long and professionally fulfilling career, I recently made the decision to retire at the end of this year. I have lived on Long Island my entire life. I grew up in Roslyn, lived and raised my family in Huntington. I spent many summers of my childhood and my adulthood out on the East End in East Hampton and Montauk. And I feel that is a very special place, as I know you do as well. It is for this reason that my wife and I decided to retire here. We bought our house in September of 20 with our hard-earned savings. Over the last 3.5 years, we have really enjoyed that time that we have spent here and are becoming more involved in the community, recently joining the local First Presbyterian Church as members. We have been very excited by the prospect of spending our retirement years here. We hope to build a pool and have our 2 sons and eventual grandchildren come spend time with us as well. So, here we go. Shortly before my wife and I moved here full-time in April of this year, in anticipation of our upcoming retirement, a trailer/RV suddenly appeared on Front Street, a dead-end road that is about a 10-minute drive from the village. The trailer parked itself right in front of my driveway. We were perplexed as to why the trailer was here, and so we did some investigation into this matter. Eventually, it became apparent that someone was living inside the trailer. Assuming that this was surely illegal, as it would be in most places, we called the police to inquire if they could come and kindly ask the owner and inhabitant of the trailer to move. However, the police noted to us that the inhabitant is allowed to be living in this trailer on our street under the law and that their hands are tied. It also just happens that the resident of the trailer is the estranged son of our neighbor, and it also a level 1 sex offender with a checkered past, having been in and out of correctional facilities over the last decades. Regardless of who is living in the trailer, I do not want someone living in an unsightly trailer right in front of my house. That is absolutely not why I spent my hard-earned life savings to buy a house in a quiet street in Springs. However, the knowledge of who is living in the trailer unfortunately makes matters worse. We live in a home that is in a very quiet area on a dead-end street with many large windows. Taking this into account, importantly, my wife no longer feels safe here. It has gotten to the point where we are considering moving to a township with more protective laws that favor its residents. As any normal person would, I thought that the police must be wrong, and there must be some code that prevents someone from living in a trailer directly in front of my property. How could this be allowed? That would be absurd in the true sense of the word. So I did my research and I found this code. Town of East Hampton Code 229-2, storage and residence district prohibited, cab or motorized unit upon any lands within the town of East Hampton which are located in a residence district, as established by Chapter 255 of this code. B, for the purposes of this ordinance, it shall be presumed that any trailer remaining in a stationary position for more than 72 hours in a residential district shall be in violation of this ordinance. Perfect. As expected, there is a code that prohibits this. I have faith in the system again, and I feel relieved. However, I continue reading the ordinance and see the following. I, Town of East Hampton Code 229-3, exceptions. The following are exempt from the provisions of this ordinance. A, that any trailer being used in connection with any temporary function which is sanctioned by the town. B, all municipal fire company, first aid, or other emergency equipment. C, any temporary construction trailers and equipment when used in conjunction with a construction project. D, all dumpsters used in conjunction with a duly licensed business operation. E, any boat trailer, house trailer, motorcycle trailer, camping trailer, or other recreational trailer. F, any utility trailer which for the purpose of this ordinance shall be defined as an open single axle trailer weighing less than 1,000 pounds. So, in other words, there is a law prohibiting trailers from being stored on residential properties. But then, very strangely, there is an exemption that effectively disarms the law, completely contradicting itself. So, this is allowed. E, this makes absolutely no logical sense. My request, today I come before the town of East Hampton as a long-term resident of Long Island, a good citizen with a squeaky clean record, a taxpayer, a neighbor, a father, and a husband. My request to you is to please make an amendment to this code so that this trailer and any other trailers cannot be parked on my residential or your residential street, nor any other in the town of East Hampton, village, or the township. The village does not allow this. I very much would like for my wife and I to be able to retire in peace. I frankly cannot fathom that this is allowed, and I would like this to be remedied immediately, not only for myself, but for all future residents in the town of East Hampton. I will be collaborative with the town to find a solution, but this is a considerable impact on the lives of myself, my wife, and my family, and I am making a strong request for action. In conclusion, my wife and I moved out here, elated to begin the next phase of our lives. Within weeks, this dream was thrown into disarray. I implore the board to put yourself in my shoes. If you worked very hard for 4 decades straight, finally just purchased a house for retirement, and then an unsightly trailer suddenly appeared parked right outside your driveway, and there was someone living in it, how would you feel? Certainly, it would be hard to believe that you would want that for a trailer to be removed. I would have to believe that you would want for that trailer to be removed so that you could get back to your retirement. Along this vein, I ask you kindly to carefully consider my argument and my request to have the law amended. Thank you very much for your time and support. I look forward to hearing back from you. I do have some photographs if you'd like to see them that I just don't know if you can all see them. That's my house.
Could you just come up? I'm sorry. No, I'll stand up.
Yeah. So that's my house, and that's the trailer in question. That's the closest shot. If you're seeing that planter, that's where my driveway and my neighbor's driveway begins, and that's where the trailer is on Front Street. And that's the closest shot. So you can see.
Thank you.
All right.
Mhm.
Thank you very much.
Mark, if you could leave your contact information with the clerk, and we'll follow up with the town attorney's office. Great. Okay. Would anyone else like to address the board? Welcome.
Hi, how are you? Hi, good evening. My name is Donna Bennett, and my partner unfortunately could not be here tonight. Her name is Kristen Visconti. She's actually a teacher at the Manorville School District, so she wasn't able to attend. I'm coming in front of the board today seeking further information on concessions bids. We did receive one in the beginning of March, And we are aware that it is March 28th when you had to get the bid in. We have emailed and called, and we just want to get some further information. So if I may, I'd like to read the letter that we had sent out, and we understand that it was 2 days before the actual bid was supposed to be in. And we are aware and obviously are looking to do this next summer if possible, which is going to come to some questions in reference to, is it possible, because it's a 3-year bid, and if it's possible, if we could do it next season. So in reference to that, as of March 26th, we did send this out to you for a request of hours and menu of operation for a food truck at Kirk Park in Montauk, of the menu and peddler's concession responsibilities. We are seeking to request extended hours for a concessions bid. We are aware that current concessions states that concession must be open at a minimum of 6 days a week and cannot be open earlier than 8 and later than 8 p.m. My partner and I are interested in opening a late night food truck specifically aimed at serving the needs of our vibrant young adult population who frequent the surrounding bars and nightlife establishments in Montauk. This request not only will be a great addition to our community for both residents and visitors alike, but also addresses crucial safety concerns and fosters a sense of our community. A bit of myself and my partner. My name is Donna Bennett, as stated, co-owner of Pointies Planning LLC, established in 2019. I was raised in Montauk. I'm sorry, can you hear me okay? Yes. I can't hear myself. And still currently reside here. I worked at Gone Fishing Marina, family owned and operated for 40 years with my parents. I've also been involved in the community by participating in the Montauk PTA, being a member of the Montauk EMT, and many other community activities. My family has resided in Montauk for over 70 years and 3 generations. My children, Brandon and Madison Neff, now young adults, were born and raised in Montauk and still active members in our community. I've seen Montauk change and grow throughout the years. My partner's name is Kristen Visconti, and she is 27 years old from Wantagh, New York. Her family has been vacationing on the east end of Long Island for many years now. Her grandparents bought land in Springs in the 70s and built their house for their children and grandchildren. Then in 2005, Kristen's parents bought a home in Montauk. She has been a part of this community since she was a child by participating in beach cleanups, food drives for St. Therese, and other activities such as a walk on water. Also, she has been working at the Point for the past 7 years. It is obvious that Montauk has been a huge part of our lives. This food truck would be an opportunity to continue to contribute to better the community. Kristen and I are proposing a food truck that will offer delicious and convenient food options during late night hours. We aim to provide a vital service to patrons seeking nourishment after an evening of socializing. We understand that the concessions agreement currently states that we may not serve past 8 p.m. as stated before. However, we are requesting operating hours over 8 p.m. from 9 to 1:30 a.m. These hours would be necessary for the proper operation of our concession. A lot of Montauk community, they close down the menus at 9 p.m. So this is what we're trying to offer. We also are aware that the agreement states that we must serve a minimum of 6 days a week. We are requesting that we are able to serve 4 days a week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Again, we will probably extend those hours once we get everything in tune. Since the operation of our truck will be unlike all of the other bidders, we ask that you take our goals into consideration. Please see our proposed menu items attached with this letter that we had sent you earlier. One of the primary benefits of introducing this food truck is the promotion of public safety. By providing a designated area for late night food options, we create a safer environment for our community members, particularly young adults, who may otherwise find themselves vulnerable situations while seeking subsistence after a night out. The presence of the food truck will serve as a beacon of safety, encouraging responsible behavior and providing a convenient point of contact for our local taxis, ride sharing, and services ensuring patrons have a reliable means of transportation home. Moreover, beyond its practical utility, the late-night food truck will contribute to the cultural and economic vibrance of our town. It will serve as a gathering place for residents and visitors alike, fostering a sense of community and enhancing their overall nightlife experience. Again, we will, of course, have our time frame earlier than all that. I mean, we're considering, obviously, from noontime on. It will serve as a gathering place for, additionally, by supporting local food vendors and entrepreneurs, we stimulate economic growth and create opportunities for small businesses to thrive. In conclusion, the introduction of a late-night food truck represents a valuable addition to our community, catering to the culinary needs of our residents while simultaneously promoting public safety, fostering community engagement, and bolstering economic vitality. I urge the town board to consider this proposal or the hours of operations change favorably, recognizing the numerous benefit it offers to our town and its residents. I thank you for your time and consideration. Again, we are obviously not looking to get this bid this season, and we don't believe that the bid is out already for Kirk Park. We would like to work together and see what we can do further to do this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Donna. Matt, is there anyone on the line that would like to address the board?
We have 0 callers at this time.
Okay, so we are going to move into resolutions.
I shall start with Resolution 2024-647. This is for approval of claims in the amount of $5,988,509.47 and for $45,674.22.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. 648 is to authorize payment to Verizon for a 2023 invoice in the amount of $32.87.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
649 is to authorize auction surplus of equipment from the Human Services Department.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
650, this is for East Hampton Town to enter into agreement with Suffolk County for the aging to provide shopping services for residents aged 60 over who have difficulty accessing essentials.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
651, this is the annual renewal of the contract with Map Info for pro maintenance in the amount not to exceed $1,320.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
652 is for the repurchase of 4 plots from the Holmes Family Trust in the amount of $4,000.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
653 is also for Fort Hill Cemetery for the purchase of 2 plots in the amount of $2,000.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. 654 is for a resolution for service to be provided by Veritas Construction in the amount of $888,000 to $903,458.57 to be paid from Fund Line HA 5112-52001-23092.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
655 is a budget modification for the Sanitation Department, moving $6,548 from subcontractor costs to testing and fees.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
It's my privilege to offer Resolution 2024-656. This is a secret determination for our bond and design and construction of a multi-sports field at Stephen Hans Path. The following is classified as a Type 2 action under secret.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
657 is a bond for $3,680,000 for a multi-sport field for Stephen Hans Path. The PPU on this is 15 years.
Second.
Carol, can we have a roll call, please?
Aye.
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 I'd like to offer Resolution 2024-658. I will have to make an amendment on here. It's an appoint seasonal employees in the Parks Department. Submission of time records effective May 15th, 2024. Names, positions, and pay grades are stated below. I do need to add one, Carol. The name would be for Angel Onito, O-N-I-O-D-O.
Is that the one that was sent after?
Yes.
I believe that's going to that last resolution. One that was added on at the very end,
No, that one's from Monsley Gordon.
and she wanted to add a name.
Yes.
Seasonal employees in the Parks Department, right?
Yes.
The very end.
Yeah, no, that's Monsley Gordon.
Right, but she wanted to add this other name. Hold on a second.
Sure.
We're amending this resolution, or we don't know?
Just one moment.
She put the ID number, so let me just look at it. It's to go to resolution 712.
Okay.
Give one moment, Carol.
So it's the last
It's the last
resolution of yours that second name is being added to.
711?
721.
On page 53. Yeah.
I don't have it.
So you withdraw the amendment, David?
No, just give me one moment.
So,
I'm so sorry, Carol. So I've had one for printed out earlier. Okay. So I'll add it there. So I withdraw the amendment. So I would like to offer resolution 2024-658 as written.
second. All in favor?
Aye. 659 is the payout upon resignation from Michael Buffalino. He resigned his position as an AEO effective February 29, 2024. Time records indicate he has secured compensatory time balance of $45.23, less $610.04 overuse vacation time, and less $375.76 in overuse personal time. Therefore, the finance officer will contact Mr. Buffalino to request a payment in the amount of $1,181.
Second. All in favor?
Aye. 660 is a payout upon resignation for David Kent. He resigned his position as a laborer in the Highway Department effective March 30th, 2024. He has an overuse balance, personal time of $472.05. Let's see here. A budget payroll, $860.32, and a refund for prior health deductions, less $472.05 in overuse personal time, for a net total of $426.38, which includes applicable price taxes payable to David Kent as a final payout.
Second. All in favor?
Aye. 661 is a payout upon resignation for Joshua King, who resigned his position as a full-time AEO in the Highway Department effective March 15th. All of the time records indicate that he has a prorated longevity balance of $520.83, less $2,022.20 in overuse of vacation time, and less $558.40 in overuse of personal time. The Finance Department request a payment of $1,980.06 as reimbursement to the town.
Second. All in favor?
Aye. 662 is a resolution declaring two trucks, the highway system surplus, and authorizing their sale to the town of Southold at the cost that will be fair market value.
Second. All in favor?
Aye. 663 is a budget modification for buildings and grounds from resolution 2024-388. We're bringing $238 from health insurance buyback to budget line for conference and dues in the same amount.
Second. All in favor?
Aye. 664 is budget modification for buildings and grounds. This is for cable internet, former CDCH building, an amount of $5,000 from and to in the amount of office expense.
Second. All in favor?
Aye. 665 is a budget modification in the highway department this is the cover for the highway department employees for their radios. We're bringing from subcontractor costs $25,000 and subcontractor costs snow and $20,000 to communications $25,000 and training expense $20,000.
Second. All in favor?
Aye. I got it. 666, retain professional engineering services for LK McLean Associates Engineering and Surveying, DPC. This is for the guardrail replacement in the Harbor Master's property. As their proposal dated May 7th, 2024, professional services are not to exceed $4,000, and the construction support not to exceed the lump cost of $3,000 for the total not to exceed $7,000.
Second. All in favor?
Aye. 667 is to retain professional engineering services, Elkin McLean, PC Associates Engineering and Surveying, DPC. This is for the Terry King Pickleball Courts. The proposal dated April 25th, 2024. The design, permit, and bid services are not to cost to exceed $18,000. The construction support services not to cost to exceed $12,000 for a total not to exceed $30,000.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. 668. Let's authorize CPF Water Quality Award for RF1 2024, R1, excuse me, for 2024 to Peconic Baykeeper Incorporated. This was heard at a public hearing on May 2nd, 2024. The project sponsors Peconic Baykeeper Incorporated. The summary is a pilot egress restoration project using novel techniques to adhere locally resourced eelgrass seed to juvenile hard clams using a 10,000 grow site in Nepean Harbor. Type is aquatic habitat restoration. The funding award is $38,060.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
669, authorize CPF Water Quality Award for our round one for 2024 to the Oceanside Owners LLC. This public hearing is also held on May 2nd, 2024. Project sponsors Ocean Owners LLC. The summary is the replacement of existing cesspools with innovative alternative nitrogen reducing septic systems to serve a 2,195.5 GPD flow from the existing motel buildings at the Hero Beach Club Montauk. The type is a wastewater treatment improvement. The funding award is $200,000.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
670 is authorized a CPF Water Quality Award for round one for 2024 for Fort Pond Partners LLC. This public hearing was also heard on May 2nd, 2024. Project sponsors is Fort Pond Partners LLC. The summary is a replacement of existing cesspools with the IA alternative nitrogen reducing septic system to serve 3,000 gallons per day flow from the commercial restaurant on site. The type is the wastewater treatment improvement. The funding award is $87,100.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. 671 is the revised resolution 2024-637, authorize the payment to Bruce Peterson for irrigation at Fort Hill Cemetery. The funding line was marked incorrectly. The amount is $961 still.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. 672 is the revised resolution 2024-635, is authorize the payment to Suffolk County Water Authority for services from August 29, 2023 to November 29, 2023. I think this is also Fort Hill Cemetery. Again, the amount is $1,817.84. Again, the fundings accounts were just incorrectly matched.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. 673 is approved CDL license training and authorize employees' attendance to the commercial driver's license training program. This will be provided by Victor CDL Services for Zachary Broadmeadow, for a cost not to exceed cost of $5,000 to be paid for the funding line below.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
674 is 2024 mooring permit fees. Let it be resolved that the mooring permit fee for 2024 shall be set as following for each business entity mooring at $500 per mooring permit.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I have Resolution 2024-675, and this is to schedule a public hearing for Sitco SJ Holdings LLC and a grant of a scenic and conservation easement. And the Town Board of East Hampton will hold a public hearing on Thursday, June 6th, 2024 at 6 p.m. And the grantor of the scenic easement is Sitco SJ Holdings LLC. It's a scenic and conservation easement. It's at 55 Marine Boulevard, Amagansett, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 300-178-1-9. The reviewing agency is the Zoning Board of Appeals.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Resolution 676 is to schedule public hearing for CG 88 Associates LLC, a grant of scenic and conservation easement. The public hearing will be held on June 6, 2024 at 6 p.m. Town Hall. The grantor is CG 88 Associates LLC. It's a scenic and conservation easement. It's located at 9 Ocean Avenue, Amagansett, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 300-176-02-6, and the reviewing agency is the Zoning Board of Appeals.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
677 is to appoint seasonal student interns to the planning department, and this is resolved that Megan Folks, Camelia Lynch, and Aaron Zilberman are hereby appointed to the temporary seasonal position of student intern 2 in the planning department at the hourly rate of $17.75, effective on the dates listed below.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. 678 is a status change from part-time to temporary office assistant in the planning department. This is where Jocelyn Callie Chimbo is a part-time office assistant in the planning department. The town has requested a change in status to temporary seasonal office assistant. Whereas the Suffolk County Department of Human Resources and Civil Service has approved a 3-month temporary position for Ms. Callie Chimbo, effective May 17th through August 12th, 2024. Resolved that Jocelyn Callie Chimbo is hereby appointed to temporary seasonal office assistant at no change in hourly rate, effective May 17th, 2024.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
2024-679 is a refund, a renewal fee, and this is for a building permit that was issued on 1/5/24 at a premise at 110 Skimphampton Road, East Hampton. The building permit was closed by a CO on 11/1/06. However, the building department's record did not accurately reflect the same. The CO has been certified as accurate. Be it resolved that the bookkeeping office is authorized to issue a check in the amount of $500 for reimbursement of building permit renewal incorrectly charged to the below.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 2024-680 is to amend building permit fees, and this is whereas pursuant to Town Code Sections 102-9 and 102-15D, the Town Board by resolution can establish fees to obtain building permits and certificates of occupancy, whereas the building department fees are based on the cost of construction, have not been amended since April 2026, despite market increases in the cost of construction. Be it resolved that the following fees shall be used by the building department in computing fees, which shall be payable with respect to building permits as listed below. And also resolve that the new fee shall be effective immediately upon adoption of the resolution, that the fee for requesting an extension of 1 year for a building permit shall be the same fee as the original permit fees. And also resolve that there may be an option for a 2-year building permit for substantial construction or a new build with a 6 months renewal at the cost of half of the building permit fee reduced by the certificate of occupancy fee. And finally resolved that the fee for a building permit application for construction work that has already commenced shall be double the amount of the fee that would be applicable if the permit was issued prior to the work commencing.
Second.
And I think you meant to say that it was, hasn't been amended since April of 2016.
Is that what did I say?
2026.
Yeah, I'm in the future.
All in favor?
Aye. Okay, 2024-681.
Excuse me, Deputy Supervisor, I'm going to recuse myself from this, for this.
Vote.
Vote.
2024-681 is to authorize CPF Quality Award R1 2024 to ROP Amagansett LLC. And whereas the town board held a public hearing on May 2nd to hear about this proposal, and whereas the town of East Hampton has reviewed the CEQA EF Part 1 submitted with the application and additional CEQA materials provided by the applicant, the town board has reviewed said documentation and considered the magnitude and importance of each potential impact, whereas it's resolved that the town board finds the above referenced CPF water quality expenditure as a type 2 action under CEQA, and resolve that at the recommendations of the Water Technical Advisory Committee to the presentation of the town board. The town board of East Hampton hereby awards the following CPF water quality improvement project following the funding amount. This is to ROP Amagansett LLC, and this is for replacements of existing cesspools with an innovative alternative nitrogen-reducing septic system to serve the 3,240 gallons per day flow from the commercial restaurant on site. This is a wastewater treatment improvement, and the funding award is $100,500.
Second.
Carol, could you do the roll call vote, please?
Aye.
Recused.
Aye.
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 I have Resolution 682, is this to accept proposal, RFP East Hampton 2023-115 for professional engineering services for living shorelines in Montauk, wildlife and resilience improvements, and this goes to D&B Engineers and Architects. And this is resolved that at the recommendation of the Evaluation Committee and Jean Carrozza, the Senior Purchasing Agent, the proposal of D&B Engineers and Architects for professional engineering services for living shorelines in Montauk, wildlife and resilience improvements to provide services in accordance with the proposals is hereby accepted, and the financial impact is $185,700.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Resolution 2024-683 is approval of special event permits for May 2024. Resolved that the following gathering permits are approved with the conditions agreed to by the reviewing committee. One is Christina Curatola Animal Rescue Fund for our Hampton's Pet Celebration Day at 124 Daniels Hall Road, East Hampton, on Saturday, 5/18/2024, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Second is Surf Lodge CCOM Benefit Fundraiser. This will be held at Surf Lodge, 183 Edgemer Street, Montauk, Saturday, 5/25/24, from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. And for Surf Lodge, for the Surf Rider Foundation fundraiser at 183 Edgemer Street in Montauk on Saturday, June 1st, from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. And finally, for Jason Walter, for the Montauk Point Lighthouse 5K Beacon of Hope Walk charity event, starting at the Montauk Point Lighthouse State Park through Camp Hero and ending at the Lighthouse on Saturday, June 15th, from 8 to 10 a.m. Award ceremony to follow at the finish line.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 684, this is a permissive referendum for affordable housing, Town of East Hampton, to Paola Agudelo, 19 Joshua Edwards Court in East Hampton. This is to amend the contract of sale for the improvements and acquisition of the lease in the amount of $290,700 as follows: $190,000 payable to the Town of East Hampton, $95,000 in the form of participants' execution of the home lien with the County of Suffolk, and $5,700 as a seller's concession to apply to the participants' closing costs. And I have one amendment to make, which is the tax map number, which should read 300-144.1-1-22.
Second.
-1, sorry.
Second is amendment.
All in favor?
Aye. Resolution 685, to approve an online continuing education course for Jeannie Nielsen. This is for an online course, ethics course for assessors, and the amount not to exceed $100.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next amendment is 686. This is a budget modification for community development block grants. This is several different transactions from within that fund. The first one is Whalebone Village in the amount of $8,909.36. The next one is for Maureen's Haven in the amount of $59.99. I'm sorry, the next one is East Hampton Housing Authority in the amount of $59.80. And lastly, East Hampton Food Pantry going to Maureen's Haven in the amount of $5,000. The total request and budget modifications are $14,029.15.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'm sorry, then that's for a public hearing, right?
Yeah.
Ian?
There's a public hearing
That
notice.
modification that will be held on June 6th at 6 p.m.
Oh, I'm sorry. That is, yes, that still needs to be publicly heard on June, what was the date there?
June 6th.
June 6th at 7 p.m.
Second.
Is that correct, Carol? It's not listed as a public hearing, but then it says in the public notice that there's a public hearing on June 6th.
Good thing, because that never would have gone to the paper.
Yeah. So it was the wrong category. Okay. You're good? So resolution,
Sorry, second. Do we need to? Public hearing on the second?
all in favor?
Aye.
So Resolution 2024-687 is a notice of public hearing for Architectural Review Board alternate members. The legislative intent is the town board has determined it to be in the best interest of the town to appoint additional members to the town's Architectural Review Board to ensure that applicants receive the benefit of a full board in instances where members of said board are absent or are recused due to a conflict of interest. We're holding that public hearing on Thursday, June 6th, 2024.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 2024-688 is a notice of public hearing to consider amending Article 8 of the East Hampton Town Code Zoning Board of Appeals, terms and duties of members, to appoint alternate members to the Zoning Board of Appeals. The same legislative intent, this is that it's in the best interest to appoint additional members to ensure applicants receive the benefit of a full board in instances where members of said board are absent or recused due to a conflict of interest. And that public hearing will be held again on Thursday, June 6th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
689 is to appoint seasonal traffic control officers for 2024, effective May 18th through September 14th at the rates below.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
690 is to appoint part-time police officer to East Hampton Town Police Department, Jonathan Lupins, at the hourly rate of $29.64, effective May 19th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
691 is to approve a CDL licensed training and authorize employee attendance, and this is with Victor CDL Services, and this is for Matthew Verity for a total cost of $3,000.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
692 was a notice to bidders EH24-017, printing of miscellaneous forms for 2024. The bid is available May 16th and due back May 30th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
693 is to accept bid EH24-013, annual contract for supply and delivery of genuine Ford OEM parts for 2024, and that goes to Newens Bayshore Ford, Inc.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
694 is to extend contract EH23-023, the East Hampton Airport mowing, and this is with Suburban Maintenance and Landscaping, Inc., and this is for 2 mowings annually at a total cost of $14,444.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
695 is to extend contract EH23-022, T-shirts, sweatshirts, and other uniform items, ABC Custom Sales, Inc.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
696 is to extend agreement, specialized bus service for Montauk. This was RFP EH 2023-109, Hampton Hopper LLC, and this is to provide seasonal bus service in Montauk beginning Thursday, June 27th through Monday, September 2nd, a total of 68 days at a cost of the town not to exceed $164,594.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
697 is to increase the cap with John C. Amertano Esquire and the law firm of Farrell Fritz, P.C. for 2024 as outside counsel related to professional secret legal services, and this constitutes a total of $20,000 for the calendar year.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
698 is to authorize the Second Amendment to the license agreement with LRAC LLC for airport parking space and improvements. This is for a 5-year term with a retroactive commencement date of January 1st, 2024, and termination date of December 31st, 2028. Excuse me, with the option to renew the license agreement for 1 additional 5-year term. The first year, the license fee is $48,680.15.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
699 is the senior center declared lead agency. This is for the new senior center at 403 Abraham's Path in Amagansett. Resolved that the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation's commissioner, pursuant to SECRA, having designated the town board as lead agency for the senior center, the town board hereby declares itself lead agency for purposes of the coordinated SECRA review for the senior center.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
700 is a payout upon resignation for Nina Deck. Nina had vacation time and compensatory time, so her final payout will be in the amount of $6,177.28.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
701 is a reimbursement for Picciano. This is for out-of-pocket expenses for police uniforms in an amount not to exceed $1,000.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
702 is to revise Resolution 2024-545 to correct a budget account code.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
703 is to amend Resolution 2021-474. This is an increase in funding is required for Veritex Legal Solutions, so this now will be capped at $8,000.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
704 is a budget modification for Marine Patrol. We're moving a total of $3,500 from uniforms and training to travel, conferences, and dues.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
705 is a budget modification for the South Fork Commuter Connection Hampton Hopper service. This is for the last mile. The cost of the service is first paid by the town and then is reimbursed by Suffolk County under the New York State Transportation Operating Assistance Grant Program. So this is, we're increasing revenue for state aid in the amount of $120,000 and increasing expense for subcontractor costs in the same amount.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
706 is to authorize employee travel. The town has commissioned the construction of a new patrol vessel, Marine One, for use by the Division of Marine Patrol. Before accepting delivery of Marine One, Harbor Master 3 Timothy Treadwell and Harbor Master 2 Jason Sharon must inspect and approve the vessel, so they are authorized to travel to Seattle, Washington in the month of June to inspect the vessel in an amount not to exceed $3,500.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
707 is to authorize a seasonal license agreement with Tote Taxi LLC for airport terminal counter space. This is in the amount of $10,000 for the period of May 1st through September 30th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
708 is to accept the 2023 Community Preservation Fund audit. This was prepared by the auditing firm Cullen and Danowski LLP.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Tom, I believe you have after hearing resolutions?
That is correct. I have 2024-709 in the matter of the increase and improvement facilities of the East Hampton Garbage and Refuse District in the town of East Hampton in the county of Suffolk, New York, pursuant to Section 202B of Town Law.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 2024-710 is to have a bond for the amount of $3,140,000 for the increased improvement facilities of the East Hampton Garbage and Refuse District.
Second.
Carol, if we could have a roll call, please?
Aye.
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 I'd like to offer Resolution 2024-711. This is authorizing remediation methods and/or commencement of a Supreme Court action for 88 South Emerson Avenue in Montauk, whereas the town board authorizes the office of the town attorney to utilize all means and methods either appropriate and necessary, including but not limited to commencing an action Supreme Court for the removal of any and all illegal structures within the perpetual storm damage reduction easement at this location.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to offer Resolution 2024-712. I will make an amendment to it. This is to appoint seasonal employees in the Parks Department, retroactive to May 15th, 2024. It would be Mosley Gordon at groundskeeper 1 at the rate of $21. I would also like to add Angel Onito Gonzalez, also at groundskeeper 1 at the hourly rate of $21.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Does anyone else have anything they want to bring up? Okay, do I have a motion to go into exec session?
Yes, I make a motion to go into executive session for litigation.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone. Good evening. Matthew,